is unbelievable.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, this is something else. Singer, songwriter, composer for the legendary group, the Isley Brothers. I mean, his name says it all. How you doing? Happy holidays, first and foremost. How you feeling?
Good, good. Thank you. Same to you.
Oh, man, it's great. So I know that you got a lot going on, and I just want to give a little summary and, to the audience so they can get an idea for those that have been, living under a rock. And for all the fanatics, all the people that are true fans across the world, I'm sure they wouldn't mind if we revisit.
Yeah,
Born in Cincinnati, Ohio.
that's right. Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah.
How was that like?
Well, it wasn't too different than New York, but Cincinnati is basically a suburban kind of area. A lot of suburban area in the downtown area, but it's a lot of creative people come out of the Cincinnati area and Ohio. The state of Ohio too. Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, there was some kind of magical dust that was like going around, man. Because I mean, so much talent that was coming from there. When did God reveal to you your musical gifts?
Quite early actually. I was like 7 years old, and I always loved music, and R&B music was like the first love I had. And I would listen to the radio, and my mother had a piano, and I would go over to the piano and try to work out the chords to the songs. And my mother saw me doing that, and she said, Chris, you have a good ear for music. You should go and study music, learn how to read music. And she knew this professor at our church that was a musical professor, and she hooked me up with him. I started taking lessons, and from that point on, music was a big part of my life.
Your sister, she marries Rudolph Isley.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I mean, this is unbelievable, because here you are now. You got this situation happening, and you totally don't know that this is going to happen. I mean, was the group something that was presented to you? The idea of you being part of the group, how did that come about?
Well, when I was in high school, and a little before that actually, in junior high, I used to go up and visit my sister and Rudolph in New Jersey. They lived in New Jersey at the time, and in dealing with all the brothers up there, Ernie and Marvin had moved up with them too, because Ernie and Marvin, they were my age,
Right.
And I found out that Ernie could play drums. So I said, hey, Ernie, let's, I know some songs, why don't we play together, And, we started playing together, and Ernie, he could play the drums good, and we had a good, connection there. But I said, hey, we need a bass player to round out this trio, because trios are pretty big back then,
Right.
Ramsey Lewis Trio, the Young Hope Trio, And so we got Kelly to buy Marvin a bass, Marvin Isley a bass. And so we said, Marvin, you got to learn how to play the bass, man, because, that would round out this trio. And so he practiced and practiced and practiced. And so we formed a trio. We called ourselves the Jasmine Trio. And we would play like local, like gigs in New Jersey, like high schools, churches, We even played a bowling alley at one time,
Right.
And so, the older guys, they were in Motown at the time. They were recording with Barry Gordy in Motown. And they would come to some of our gigs, come see what we were doing, and they would come to our rehearsals, just, check us out, And at one point, Ronald said, I'll record you guys, some of your original stuff, because I had wrote some original songs.
Wow.
And so, we went down to the studio in Inglewood, and we started recording, and things were going fine. So after that, Ronald, he said, hey man, you guys should come be part of our band, come play with us. And that's how the six of us kind of got together. Was we were two separate groups, but then at one point, we just got together as one group.
You were so instrumental, with the keyboard, with the synthesizer, and developing what is considered the Isley Brothers sound. I mean, was that something that experimental, or how did that come about?
Oh, it was intentional. I'm a trained composer. That's what I studied when I went to Juilliard and went to college. And even before that, I was writing original songs for the Jasmine Trio. So that's my thing, composing. And in my educational journey, I learned a lot of things. What produces a certain ambience. When you play, chords. Right. The mood it puts you in, and all those kind of things. So I wanted to create something like what Motown had, an identity. When a Motown record came on, it was Motown.
It was Motown. Yeah.
You didn't know what artist yet, but the intro, you say,
knew it.
That's the Motown, song there. And it's because there was a consistency in the musicians. The same musicians played on almost every record.
Right.
And they had a really good thing going, as far as the sound was concerned. And I said, I want to have a sound that people can identify. So I started using different chord structures and things, adding different degrees of the scale into my chords that weren't necessarily being used by other artists. So we kind of expanded on those two things, the ballads and everything. And Caravan of Love was the perfect example.
Oh, I was just about to mention that one. Yes.
A song that reached a broad audience.
Right.
And people know that song all over the world. And it's incredible. I just knew I had a good core idea. I was walking around with the guitar one day and just filling out some chords, And
right.
I had that chord progression. I said, hey, that's something solid right there. So it started from that point, just practicing. And a lot of ideas start that way, just from practicing. And I'm just so happy that message got out to so many people.
Oh man, it's such a good message. Question is, what does the audience, what does the world have to wait for the new projects that you got coming down the pipeline?
Well, there's a couple of compilations I'm going to put together. First of all, and one is a funk compilation. All original funk stuff. And the other one is gospel, because there's some gospel songs that people like that are maybe just on a different album, different albums. So the ones that really make sense to put together, musically, I'm gonna do that gospel album, and then a funk compilation. That's the first two things that's coming up in next year. And then I may have something else toward the end of next year. Another studio album I'm working on some ideas now. But I'm always thinking of stuff. I mean, I can't turn the stereo off,
Chris, how do they follow you? I know that you're a busy guy, but if someone wants to know what's happening with you, stay updated.
Just come to chrisjasper.com. And once you get to chrisjasper.com, you can go into the stores. You can get to Facebook. Wherever, whatever I'm doing, you'll find out at chrisjasper.com.
Sexiest man and woman alive brand.
Yes.
Wow. What's the meaning of this name? I love it.
Confidence within yourself, building self-worth. Other brands out here, once you put them on, you represent that brand. But when you put this brand here on, you're representing yourself. And come to find out, there's a lot of people out there really don't love themselves, really don't have self-worth due to past relationship or what been said to them as a young youth brought up, you know, through society on, especially, you know, kids, you know, being bullied throughout their lives. But, you know, this brand really represent the people, you know, not just one person, you know, not me or Danielle. It's that person feeling good about themselves, knowing their self-worth and confident within themselves.
Wow. You know what? I love the logo.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yes.
I mean, it is just fly, man. I'm telling you, that logo design is fantastic.
Yeah, Danielle came up with it. She's the mind and brilliant behind 95% of it.
Oh man. So
95%.
how do you guys meet? How do you guys meet? Come on.
On you know, on social media, and we just became really good friends. Really, I had a dream and vision and told her, and she just ran with it. You know.
That's something else. That is something else. And you know what? It starts with the vision. And you know, sometimes in life, God, you know, well, I say all times in life, but God will speak to you and he'll tell you you need to do something, and he'll put some kind of idea in your head. And a lot of people get these ideas, but they don't push forward with them. What made you guys say, hey, you know what, we can do this?
Well,
Go ahead, Danielle.
actually, during the pandemic, I mean, you've seen a lot of people trying to find other things for a source of incomes. During the pandemic, we also seen a lot of people struggling with mental health. You know, because a lot of people couldn't go anywhere; they had to kind of stay in the house, and so kind of that's what made us really push forward with it.
Yeah, that's, you know what, boy, I tell you, we went through some times, didn't we?
Right,
That
right.
that was really crazy times. And so promoting self-confidence, being secure with yourself. And you know, this is a problem. And
Mm-hmm.
and this is something that we all face this at some point in life, right?
Right,
Right.
right.
We have insecurities and things of that nature. So what are you guys doing to push this message with the brand? Are you guys getting involved with youth groups, things of that nature?
Yeah, so we actually was involved with it's called No Child Left Behind. It's basically with the youth, pretty much if they're homeless, struggling and things like that. So I've also actually have did women's conferences, multiple women conference. When Queens Meet is one of the ones that we did, and just pretty much spreading the word out there and talking to people one-on-one. You know, even people that do have confidence. How do you maintain that confidence? You know,
Right.
just like you said, we all go through that. So,
That is so true. How do you maintain it? And so, Curtis, it seems like you're maintaining pretty well over there. You're a fitness guy. I can
Yeah.
tell.
Yes. I've been doing fitness for about 30 years now. I used to be a bodybuilder in my 20s, and once I got out of that, I started doing personal training, just really keeping myself up. But you know, I always wanted to be, you know, had a mindset of helping people, you know, take care of themselves.
So, what would you guys say to young entrepreneurs that are trying to get into the fashion world? What a piece of advice would you give them? Because they might be wanting to walk away on their 101 time right now. They need you guys. What would you guys tell them?
I would tell them, don't give up on your dreams. Believe that God gave you a gift within yourself, and push it. Don't give up on it. Push it. Um, that would be the most important thing to tell them. Don't give up on your dream, no matter how old you are. I mean, here I am, 52, and we got started with this when I was 50. I always wanted to be a model or do something for as helping people my own brand and stuff, you know. So now God have gave me the opportunity to do it, and it's happening. It's happening. So
Yeah, I would say be consistent. That's really the key for me that I've noticed on my end, that sometimes even where sales is not being consistent, you're not getting the type of response, or you're not getting interviews such as we are, you're not getting all these opportunities. And a lot of times, we as people, we get impatient. When we don't see the fruits of our work, it makes us get, impatient, and it kind of wavers, what we want, our passion. So I would say to the young people, find something that you like, no matter family, even family, friends, or close and loved ones, find something to it, stick to it, and just be consistent.
Yeah, it is. Because, faith without work is what?
Dead.
Right. So.
And you guys are alive. I mean, I got the sexiest man and woman alive.
Right. Right.
I'm telling you, I cannot wait to get something, and I'm definitely going to support it. I
want to thank you
so much for being on the Margarita Show.
Yeah.
And let's run this website one more time.
Hit it, Danielle.
www.sexiestmanandwomanalive.com.
Don't forget Instagram and Facebook.
Meet Thomas Bowen, president and founder of Therapy Blocks LLC and Prototypes of Las Vegas and Pahrump, providing a variety of therapy services for special needs children and adults. Thomas was born and raised in Las Vegas, is husband to his beautiful wife of 22 years, and father of 2. He also served in the United States Navy in the early 2000s and was deployed 3 times. Thomas Bowen just released a book titled The Vision: Landing on My Feet. This book is a first-hand account of an American youngster who relentlessly faced a never-ending series of challenges in life. From childhood setbacks to heartbreaking deprivations and warfare trials, everything helped him build the resilience he needed to build a business empire of his own. No amount of education would have groomed him the way his personal life experiences did. But will he be able to leverage his resilience and sturdiness to make his entrepreneurial dream a reality? Find out more and order your copy of The Vision: Landing on My Feet today, now available on Amazon. Welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. I have Barbara DiVirgilio with us today, owner of a local Las Vegas winery. How are you today, Barbara?
I am wonderful. Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much for being a woman-owned business in Las Vegas. That means so very much, and inspiring to other women. And you folks have an incredible story. You originally hail from Pennsylvania, and you went and moved your entire winemaking operation, which started in your home, all the way to Las Vegas. And now this wonderful wine is produced right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So tell us what happened in between. What inspired that transition to go from East Coast to West Coast, and why Las Vegas?
Well, we started making wine in 2011 as a hobby, as most businesses start, to give as Christmas gifts to our friends and family. And the friends and family really liked our wines, and they kept coming back for more. So then we started to get licensed. We got licensed in Pennsylvania in 2015, where we had our winery in our 1920s Sears Craftsman home. And we had come out to Las Vegas to visit family, and we really liked it. So we closed up business at the end of 2018 and moved to Vegas in 2019. And it was a 3-year process. We had to get ordinances passed through the city of Las Vegas, special use permits. We had to find a space. So that whole process took 3 years to get all of the licensing and to get the renovation done and to get open.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot of work. And
It was a lot of work.
and we're proud of you. You found the space, which was pretty. You told me a little bit of history. It had been a bakery and had been teaching children the culinary skills, and then there was dancing going on. Now you folks find this space, and you brought in a winery, local winery. So support local, everyone. Make sure that you're reaching out and taking care of our businesses that are in Las Vegas. And Pine Hollow Winery is one of them. So we have to put that out there. So you find this building and you've transformed it into just this wonderful place with ambiance. You've fused arts and culture, and you've got some amazing wines. One that won an award, the Luscious Pear. I was looking at some of the lists of some of them. Hot stuff has chilies in it. You've got the Toasted Joe, which sounded like, I was looking at the description, sounds like you're having a s'mores.
Yes, it does.
So you've got Not Your Mama's Tea, Monkey Business, your Tropical Splash. There's some really fun combinations. So where does your inspiration come for some of these unusual, not only just unusual names, but just the combination of flavors and things that you chose to make these your signature wines? So where does that come from?
When we were coming up with the concept, we wanted our wines to be fun because those are the ones that we remembered. So we wanted all of the names to be fun, and the names kind of match the different ingredients because you don't find wines like ours really anywhere. So we want it to be a stress-free environment that is a lot of fun. We just want people to come in, enjoy the space, and enjoy our wines.
So you started this as a hobby. Now you're a full-fledged winery in Las Vegas, of all places, one of the top destinations for travel. Plus, you ship as well. People can go to your website. They can order whatever they like. 21 and over, please. And then, you've got, tell us about Wine About It happy hours, which sounds really fun. So when does that happen? What time? You've got a special deal that you offer.
Wine About It happy hours are Wednesday through Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. You can pick glasses of wine at $5. That's our special that we run all the time. It's just meant to be a place to come and relax after your long day of work. So you can come in anytime during our open hours and do a tasting, except when we have the live events going on. It gets a little crazy in there sometimes. And we want you to have the best tasting experience. So we do limit them during that time. But any other times you can come in and do our flight of 6 is 6 1-ounce samples, and you get crackers to cleanse your palate in between. Or we have a flight of 8 and you get 8 1-ounce samples with the crackers to cleanse your palate. Dark chocolate from FOM, which is local here in Henderson. And you get a souvenir glass or keychain to keep.
Oh,
pick any 6 or 8 from our menu. Right now we have 16 choices to choose from.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, later on, the audience is going to get to see some of those. They'll get to see some images of before and after. They're going to also be able to see some of your top wines that you have on the website available that they can order. People can come in and taste with those descriptions and things. And also, if people want to not only just come in and visit, if they want to place an order and they're not able to come in person, how should they contact you? How can they follow you to see what's happening at the winery? So where's the best place?
So we have our website is just pinehollowwinery.com. We have all of our events listed there. All of our wines are listed there, and you can click the link for shipping. And we currently ship to 39 states, and you can purchase right through our website. And we get an email with your order, and we pack it up and ship it UPS to you.
Wonderful.
Our live entertainments and our paint and sips, and you can book our venue for birthday parties or wedding receptions, all kinds of things going on.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, we're so happy that you were on the show. We're so proud of you folks. Congratulations on your grand opening, grand reopening, renovation, remodeling, all that hard work that goes into making the place beautiful and welcoming, and the experience that you're offering to us to come in and enjoy that wine experience. So definitely, folks, if you've never been to a tasting, definitely let Pine Hollow be your first, and definitely it certainly won't be your last. So be sure to visit them over at Pine Hollow Winery. We'll make sure that our audience knows how to contact you and how to follow you and keep track of all these wonderful things going on.
Yes, we also have Facebook and Instagram, Pine Hollow Winery Vegas.
Wonderful, and thank you so much for having a business here and for everything that you do by contributing to the community with your business, and it means so very much.
You're welcome.
Pine Hollow Winery wines are created to be fun and unique. You can see that in the names and ingredients that have been chosen for them. Please enjoy them in the spirit in which they were created. Pine Hollow Winery is the only Las Vegas winery and is very proud of that accomplishment. After a 3-year effort, their newly remodeled, independently owned Las Vegas winery is ready to receive guests.
You're starstruck, here's a sprinkle of the stardust. Hold your champagne glass and your cigars up. See the guys with mob ties drive the cars up. Bright lights, most nights they buy the bars up. Candy coated Chevy cars on the highway. It's Frankie baby, it's on and this is my way. Dean Martin at the Sands this Friday. With Sammy Davis, here's a little hint where I stay. The city shines like Liberace's mansion, and you know Elvis had the whole city dancing. Showgirl silhouette steady prancing. Shout out to June, just the Copa Girls anthem. Legal gambling, yeah, that would tempt me. The Sin City, holy water couldn't cleanse me. And Wayne Newton had the crowd in a frenzy. Live at the Stardust, the seats never empty. Now if you having a good time in Las Vegas, at a count of 3,